Hi, guys. My name is Steve B. I want to talk to you a little bit today about staying sober for today. And I thought I'd talk a little bit about holidays. Today's the 5th of July, the day after the 4th. Yesterday was a good day. I had no complaints. I was, I did my usual stuff. I came down here and down here at the park, and I did my 4 mile walk, and that worked out good. I can't. A lot of people. There was a lot of people walking. It was just a beautiful, beautiful weather. And I'm down here again today, and another day. But it's like the thing with me is holidays never bother me. I mean, it wasn't like, oh, it's a holiday, I'm gonna really drink. No, I drank the same whether it was a holiday or a non-holiday. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. I was still gonna drink. I was still gonna do what I had to do. And well, so what did I do yesterday? Yesterday, with Fourth of July, I'm not a big fireworks person. I could care less about them. I think I saw one by accident driving down the road. But I don't do that. I never got a thrill out of that. Some people do. Some people like doing that. I personally could care less. And what did I do? Lena had a picnic in her yard. And some of her family was there, and it was good. We ate good. It was a nice visit. It was a good day. Nothing out of the ordinary. And beautiful weather. It was beautiful. It was sunny. It wasn't humid at all. So there was a lot of sunshine, and so we ate. You know, and it was a nice visit, and it was like come. We did that, and then it was like, well, we knew we were gonna do something else tonight or at night last night, and we ended up going to the movies. It was so it was her and me, and we picked up my son. He doesn't live too far. We brought him to the movies too, and I don't know, a couple few hours with the movie, but we went kind of late. We went at 8 o'clock last night, so it didn't ended like 11 or something like that. And then it was like, okay, now I'm tired. And it was an action movie, so I was really tired, and I just dropped. When I got home, I went to sleep. I hit that pillow like a ton of bricks, and I was out like a light, and did a lot of dreaming. I do a lot of dreaming lately. I don't know why, but being an action movie, there was a lot of action in my dream. And I'm down here at the park today, and here it is. July 5th, 2025, the only July 5th, 2025 there will ever be in the history of time. And I'll vouch for that, and here I am in it. Never been here before. I woke up, and just like all the time, for the last 33 years, I haven't woke up and it's like, well, I want to get drunk. No, I don't want to get drunk. I don't even think about alcohol, which is interesting because I have my meetings every day, and that's all we talk about is alcohol. We talk about alcohol and alcoholism, and it's it's been working for a long, long time. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of I'm not a really big fan of what do you call it, of holidays. I could take them or I could leave them, and made it through another one, and yeah, no thought of drinking at all. Well, of course, I had a meeting yesterday too. What did I do on the 4th of July? I came down the park. I walked, did my meeting. I went home for a little while. And then I went to Lena's house for the picnic, and good food, good fellowship. And then I went to the movie. That was my day in a nutshell. And Yeah. I do certain things though. I do certain things every day. Every day I'm gonna try to walk. I'm gonna go to a meeting because meeting makers make it. We know that. I know that. I used to hate that expression so freaking bad when I was first in recovery, but I don't hate it anymore because I'm a meeting maker, and that's why I'm making it. I believe that's important. I'm not. I was never a social person. Before I came into AA, I wasn't like, "Whoa, I'm gonna mingle with the group today. I'm gonna talk about stuff. We're gonna open up about staying sober, and I do that every day now. I'm gonna see a recovering alcoholic every day because I go to my meeting, and they're gonna be there. And I don't know. It was a good one. It was a very good one. And I felt good that I went. Um, and nothing special. It's like, oh well, Fourth of July, I gotta go here, I gotta go there, I gotta go there, I gotta go there. No, I don't. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. If I want to stay home and sleep all day, I'll do that. It's really there's no book on it. When you come into recovery, you just lose that desire to drink. At least I did. Never had it back. Haven't had it back in 33 years. I don't want it back. I'm good. I'm good staying sober a day at a time. You know, I like me better when I'm sober than when I'm drunk. When I'm drunk, I don't know me. I don't know. I don't know. My mind is somewhere else and into something else. And like I said, it was a very action, a lot of freaking stuff going on in the movie that I saw. So I don't know. I had some wild dreams, and I can't really remember them, but they were wild. And I'm sure it had to do with the movie that I went to last night. That's why it's good to protect yourself from bad stuff. If you don't want to hear bad stuff, you don't want to like know about bad stuff or whatever. Then be careful what you watch. Be careful what you do. Um, yeah, my day went well. No desire, not even for a second, to drink. And I could honestly tell you guys, I haven't had a desire to drink in over 33 years. Well, around 33 years. But I can tell you that, the best way to ruin that is to drink. Because then all the crap will come flooding back. I heard all about it. Heard the nightmares. Don't want to know what it feels like to drink again because it's just a horrible way of life. I followed that dragon for 20 years, and it's there waiting for you if you want it, but I don't want it. And and I suggest to you guys, I want to see you make it. I want to see you make it. So keep in mind, meeting makers make it. They do. And I'll tell you the biggest thing in my life is my relationship with a higher power, with God and my understanding. God, the Lord Jesus helps me through everything. He said in His Word, He says, him that cometh to me, I will in no wise cast out. And then He says somewhere else that you come to me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And I want both of those. I want a light burden. I want an easy yoke. And if you walk with the Lord, you'll have that. You'll have it. 100% guarantee. You know. 100% guarantee. You wanna walk with the Lord. You wanna talk with the Lord. You wanna communion with the Lord all the time, because there's no better protector. He's gonna protect you from harm. He's gonna fight your battles. If you're having a hard time staying sober, he's gonna show you how to do it. a minute at a time, a day at a time, an hour at a time, a minute at a time. However, you got to break it down. He'll do it. He'll be there. It's a promise. I will never leave him nor forsake him. I will never leave nor forsake you, even to the end of the world, he said. And, oh, do I like that? Absolutely. I love that. I love it. And it's going to be a life that you never imagined that you would have, because he's there and he cares. He's there and he cares. You know, God is gonna help you through thick and thin, and you know, so it's a beautiful thing, recovery. You know, I don't you know, I'm sure I do, you know, maybe in my dreams or whatever, remember how I probably remember how horrible it was. And you know, like when I woke up this morning, I was like, it took me a little while to get my head right. I had a little sip of Gatorade, um, took my vitamins, had my coffee, had my breakfast, you know, all the stuff that I do every day. You know, I like the repetition of what I do. That's another thing that works, that really works in the program, you know, in recovery, is repetition. I do the same thing every day, and I'm good with that. You know, Lena says sometimes, like, oh, I'd be bored out of my mind. No, I'm not. And sometimes I am, but not out of my mind, and I'd rather have that than insanity. You know, I had insanity for 20 years, you know, with the drinking. And prior to the drinking, growing up in a freaking crazy home. It was a wild thing, and I don't miss that. I like the quiet. I like doing the things that I choose to do, you know. If I'm doing something, that's because I want to do it. It's not because somebody said I have to do it, you know. And you know, drinking ain't part of the equation today. And as far as I go, I don't want it to be ever, you know. Been there, done that. Don't want to do it again, you know. And I think life was meant to be enjoyed. It was meant to be enjoyed and not to be tolerated. And I couldn't stand life without a drink. And then when I drank, I had all the craziness that the world could offer. But now without the drink, you know, I don't have that craziness anymore, and I'm sure I'm as healthy as I've ever been. I'm as healthy as I've ever been. Yeah, I'm not polluting my system. I'm not killing myself with alcohol or whatever else. Sometimes, you know, I say sometimes. Whenever I was drinking, I didn't know if I was gonna take other stuff too, but I did. You know, if it was there, I'd do it. And it's not a good formula. It's a formula for disaster. And I'm in this for the peace and serenity, tranquility. You know, life is just beautiful if you take the time and observe it and live in it, and you know, participate. I'm a participant today of life. You know, it's the best life I could ever imagine, and I firmly believe the best is yet to come. So give it a chance. You know, try sobriety. If you feel like drinking, just don't. If you want to do the wrong thing, do the right thing, and look to God. He'll give you the encouragement and help you need. There's no better helper on earth. I'm telling you, guys. And with that, guys, give me a like and subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. Love you all.